Good morning. My name is Ayman Nassar, founder and chief academics at Islamic Leadership Institute of America. I'm very grateful to the opportunity by the Summer Funding Collaborative to share a little bit about our program that we offered this summer through their support. It is called EmpoweReer, and you can learn more about it at EmpoweReer.org. So in 2015, our organization did some research with the help of young adults to understand the top 3 challenges that they're finding. And we found a lot of things that are manifested in their everyday life: depression, skipping school, getting in trouble with the law, and things like that. And we realized those are not the challenges. Those are just manifestations of the root causes. So what we see on the screen is what we believe to be the 3 root causes of the challenges that we see, what we manifest, that is manifested in everyday life. Number 1, questions about identity. Whatever identity it is. Who am I? What's my purpose in life? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Why me? Those types of questions. Number 2, distractions. Things that are around them that are just distracting them. Social media, the fast pace of life, changes in society that are very quick. And the list just goes on. Gender relations, all kinds of things like that. And then number 3, support infrastructure, the access to transportation, access to education, access to support, to healthcare, to libraries, all those kinds of things. So we developed a program, EmpoweReer, which focuses on these 3 challenges from a career perspective. And it really comprises 4 components: workshops, internship, retreats, and visits. It was done over 8 weeks during the summer. The workshops are mostly about skills attainment. They're learning things about project management, leadership, research skills. They're understanding themselves. We did a work personality assessment for over 60 people. We had 57 people participate in the 8-week program. You can see the breakdown there. As far as internships, a key component of this program is that the youth bring their own ideas. So we don't give them work to do, but they define the work that they like to do. We had young people bring to our attention projects about gun control, poverty, intergenerational trauma. The list just goes on. If you go to EmpoweReer.org, you'll find 14 projects: cleaning Baltimore City, and controlling COVID in schools. So it is an experiential learning, and it's something that they define themselves. So it's passionate to them. It has some real life connection to them. And they take the skills they learn in these workshops and apply it to the internship program. The workshops were offered both in person and online 3 times a week. It was very condensed, and the kids, they did an awesome job. I mean, really sitting for 3-hour-long sessions online and in person was quite impressive, very dynamic, asking questions. The retreats were meaningful outdoor activities where they get to experience some of these things they're learning and some of these ideas that we're discussing with them in real life. They went to Hershey Park to experience entrepreneurship and learn about the legacy of Milton Hershey, how he created a model town today. Until today, after almost 100 years, this city is thriving because he left a legacy with a long-term vision. He didn't just look under his feet. He wasn't self-centric, but he looked for his community. And the whole idea of chocolate is equity. He wanted to make chocolate affordable for everyday people. So a great experience for them. And then they also had an opportunity to go to an outdoor state park where they enjoyed the water, the mountains, the hiking, and just chilled and had a fun time with each other, building bonds of brotherhood and sisterhood. It was great. It was great for the young people. And the beautiful thing is they came from all over the city, from the east side, the north, the west, and some parts of central Baltimore. So it was a really great experience. And then lastly, we had some visits to some businesses where they learned about different careers and things like that. You can see at the bottom here the demographics. Most people were between the ages of 40 and 19. We had a few 20 and 21-year-olds. So the outcomes that we have achieved through this program, some of them contributed to body of knowledge. We had a number of people doing research on these projects that they suggested. We have pretty long research papers currently being revised and finalized on youth poverty, and one on intergenerational trauma by Akira and Jamaira. All of them have grown in their skills and their mindset, their perspective. Here we see Quran receiving his certificate of completion. And then over here, we see an impact. A few of them actually made tangible impacts in the community and the society. We see here Kyrie, who was one of our participants, 19-year-old, co-piloting this monthly food drive with Edham, 17-year-old. Every month they provide food for about 60 families, fresh meat, fresh milk, and a bunch of canned items. You know, you can see here pasta and whatnot. They manage the whole thing. They manage the budget. They go purchase the food. They organize the event. They unpack these, boxes of food, put them into food bags like these blue, green ones here, and give it out to the community. People stop by. And sometimes they even walk to the senior center across the street, give it to some elders there. And they even sometimes go across the city to some selected areas where they distribute the food. So it's a really great impact that we've seen out of this program. But we couldn't do it without the support of all of our partners. Summer Funding Collaborative, of course, has been the main driver behind this. Fund for Educational Excellence really raised the bar on the organization and helped us start thinking as a bigger nonprofit and be more bold in our investing in our capacity so that we can continue to deliver our mission. So we really appreciate that. We also appreciate the YouthWorks support. They were our main outreach engine. Without YouthWorks, we wouldn't have been able to reach 6,000 young people and have more than 300, almost close to 300 interested in signing up. We started the program. Our goal was only 28 youth. We were flooded by requests, so we had to increase a little bit the capacity. We just said, let's go ahead and do, accept as many as we can. Let's not worry about the finances. We changed a few things around, but we were able to accommodate 60 people. About 64 took their work personality assessment and 57 actually completed the program. So thank you very much to the support and the partnership with YouthWorks. At the bottom, you see the 4 businesses that we were able to visit: Beck & Dickinson up in Turf Valley, Wilmer Eye Institute, one of the Johns Hopkins organizations. The surgeon there allowed the youth to actually participate in one of his cataract surgeries. He hosted them. They were able to see it face to face, real time in the surgery room. He briefed them before and after. He taught them a lot about eye surgery. Beck & Dickinson, they were able to see the manufacturing plants. They walked through different plants, understood supply chain engineering. They saw COVID devices that we use today, every day in schools and hospitals and prisons to test for COVID, and also the medical labs, of course. DME, a civil engineering firm, construction engineering in Laurel. They spent half a day teaching the young people about engineering and civil. And then lastly, Millersville Family Dentistry in Anne Arundel County. They were very gracious to, again, show the young people their clinic and how dentistry works and the processes in the back office. And Process Strong was phenomenal in the work they did with us, helping us keep all our paperwork and ducks in a row. So thank you again for everyone. And we'd love to support other nonprofits like ourselves that are in this work, doing this very important work of youth development. So if you're a nonprofit out there doing this kind of work, feel free to reach out to us. We do train the trainer programs. We help with curriculum development and even activity programming development if needed. This is what we do. Real briefly, quickly here, you can see visits to Congress. Here we're visiting the staff of Chris Van Hollen, talking about prejudice and equity. Here, a young group of middle school boys on the mountains, a bunch of high school girls studying project management, middle schoolers doing personal skills development and coaching. Here's a little boy doing a garden, a flower garden, community discussion, young girls doing a summer camp. So we pretty much do everything for youth except sports, college-age people cleaning Baltimore City, the food drive. And here's our president. At the age of 20, he was managing the organization. He actually became the chairman and the president of the organization at 19. Here at the age of 20, he's conducting a real estate transaction for the organization. By himself completely. He signed the papers, did the closing, everything. Of course, he had mentors behind him. I was sitting in the room just to give him, emotional support, but really he did everything by himself. So his internship was on nonprofit leadership and management. My quote is that if we don't invest in our youngers and we respect our elders, our nation would not be growing. It would be going the opposite direction. So we're very passionate about this work. We'd love to work with everyone. And here's my contacts. Please stay in touch. Feel free to visit the site. We also welcome all feedback and suggestions for improvement. We understand that, we all have limitations in what we're doing. So again, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Summer Funding Collaborative, for the great work you're doing. And we'll be in touch. Thank you.